Don't you trust this face? So you tell me your problems and I give you expert advice. And we just chat, you know? We have a nice fun time. And you guys probably get things you really didn't ask for. Hello there, Lauren Forsyth. How are you going? Welcome. How have you been? Alright. So, like, I'm just gonna sit here. What is gabbing? What is the term? Flapping me chops? Maybe I should try and only use phrases that I have well rehearsed and I definitely understand so I don't look like an idiot. But I do need to tidy up around a little bit, not gonna lie. This is currently my desk collection of cans. It's a problem. Nothing much, just waiting back on my what? Let me try that again. Not much, just waiting back on my application for prison guard. Well, I really hope that comes back soon. It's a super exciting thing. I don't know much about prison myself, okay? I have never been. It's not somewhere I would thrive, honestly. But, yeah, the only prison I have been in is Alcatraz. And that's pretty hectic. I don't know if the showers are all the same as, like, Alcatraz. I mean, Alcatraz is a super old prison, so clearly prison today is not going to be exactly like that. But showering with a bunch of other people seems skeevy. Like, I'd be like, oh, goodness gracious. And no, the toilets, oh, prison is not a place for me. But prison guards get, like, access to cards, which is pretty cool. Already done all the interviews and the annoying medical checks. Well, I guess it's just a waiting game now. Which kind of sucks, but, you know, what can you do? Wait, basically. My advice for you, going into this lovely prison career, don't smack prisoners. That's illegal, and honestly, police brutality, not really socially accepted. So yeah, beating people is best done in the privacy of your own home. And there is your advice. We're just warming up, honestly. It's gonna be great. Streamlabs, thank you. Thank you so much. Is this live or a replay? Sorry, bad English. This is definitely live, and I've just started. So, we're always very messy at the start. I've knocked 50 things over. I've run in and out, you know. We get good. This is definitely not a replay. This is just me being like, oh goodness, we're started. Let's behave. Oh, okay, very exciting. But as you guys may or may not know, if you have seen like my Instagram or my Twitter, or if you're in my Discord, you will know that I graduated this time last week from my undergrad. So I'm still at uni because I'm doing a master's, but I graduated from my undergraduate, which was super exciting. And I bought myself a little graduation present, okay? I got myself the Breath of the Wild DLC, well, I guess DLCs, because I think there's 2 of them. And I have been playing through that. You guys know how much I love Breath of the Wild, and I hadn't played it in ages because I was like, I finished the game, I finished most of the side quests, and I was like giving it a miss for a little while, but now I have so much like to do. It's so exciting. Has the computer finally been fixed? Mr. Werner, welcome back. The computer has been fixed. This is not on the computer because, as we know, the internet problem hasn't been fixed, but the computer itself has been fixed. It's chilling down there. I kind of set up the phone in a similar place. It is like on my webcam right now, just in front. So you're getting kind of the same experience as if I had workable internet. I'm gonna try again on the PC very soon. I think we might do like something very easy with like a resolution of like nothing, so we can hopefully just make it. Because for some reason the phone works kind of fine. So hopefully we end up okay. The internet problem is most likely never going to be fixed until the president decides he wants to update the .dot. Bruh. Matrix. We don't even have a president here. And let me tell you, the president of the United States is not in charge of the rest of the world. That is very much for certain. President Schmesident. That's what I say. Unless the president is watching, and then, sir, please don't, like, nuke my house. I would be very upset if I did get nuked, actually. It's not preferable. Actually, I was well traumatized. I don't know, have any of you guys seen the movie Narnia? I saw the movie Narnia as a kid, and it's a great movie, whatever, very cool, and I'm talking about, like, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movie. Very, very cool, you know, whatever. But the bit that I'm specifically mentioning, the bit that scarred me for life, was, I don't even know which war it was set in, honestly. I don't remember much about that movie. It was set in one of the wars, and they were bombing. Spoilers. Okay, well, go like la 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 for just a little while. And the planes are coming along, and they drop bombs down on the city, and they gotta evacuate the children, and the house explodes, and they go into a bomb shelter. And ever since then, as a kid, I was like, why don't we have bomb shelters? This seems like a necessity, you know, like just in case. World War II? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it scarred me for life, and ever since then I'm like, I would like a bomb shelter. Can you see your outfit? It is not that impressive. It's basically very comfy. So we have, oh, there's a fluff. We have a cardigan that I took off because I was getting a bit hot, but let me put it back on so you can get the full experience. Alright. It's very much very comfy stuff, including these cloud slippers. How you doing? That is how I seduce all of the gentlemen. As you can see, it's clearly worked. Can you be my footrest? I actually don't have feet. Feet are a social construct made up by the shoe industry to sell more shoes. Auntie Jeff, thank you so much for deeming hold a plushie. I will do that. And the one I shall pick today, actually, no, I'm putting that back on. I'm picking this one today. Ouch. The one I shall hold shall be this. It is a penguin dressed like a dinosaur. It is so fashionable, you wouldn't believe. He's so squishy too. Like, and okay, the one thing you've got to make sure when you have a plushie is if they have a good booty squish, and I mean, It's pretty sizable. I rate that. I rate it a lot. Okay. What would you do if you could shrink people? Ooh, that is very interesting. Okay. I've never come up with this. See, I've always thought of other superpowers, like, if I could have any superpower, it would be filling things. So, like, replenishing liquid. Which you could be like, oh, that's so sweet. You want to stop global thirst. That was not where I first went to. I first went to filling people's bladders. Like, people I don't like. Just fill their bladders. Pretty funny. But what would I do if I could shrink people? If I could shrink people... Okay. I would shrink people who are very insecure about being short. I wouldn't shrink them, like, to a shrinkable size. I would shrink them, like, 6 inches. Or, like, an inch a day. Not, maybe even half an inch. Like, not enough that they'd notice it straight away, but I'd slowly shrink them down until someone saw them and they're like, have you shrunk? And they looked at themselves in the mirror and they were like, oh my goodness, I have. I would just drive them slowly crazy, shrinking them down little by little until they look at themselves and suddenly they're 5 feet tall and they don't know what happened. I think that would be the best course of action if you could shrink people. Or the opposite, people that boast about their heights. It's perfect. Just anyone. It just... I'd have the power of giving people illusions. Ooh, what kind of illusions would you give people? That is quite interesting. Imagine if you swallow a shrunken person by mistake. What would you do? Hope to goodness gracious that they didn't get unshrunk. Because I cannot imagine, like, the horror of someone... It's like giving birth in the most horrific way possible. Instead of coming out the conventional way, you just kind of explode as they emerge from you, and that is quite horrific. I would very much hope that they stayed shrunk. And my stomach acid would kill them eventually, so it wouldn't be an issue for that long, I don't think. Unless they were wearing protective layers. I don't know, do you guys have any solutions for what would you do if you shrunk people and ate them? Does that count as cannibalism if it's an accident? Very interesting ethical debate around that, maybe. My power would either be super speed, organic steel skin, or heat vision. Ooh, interesting. I feel like I would also like invisibility, so I could like pinch people, and I'd just keep pinching them, and they'd eventually like go absolutely mad because they'd be like, ow! I'm sure you pinched me, and their friend would be like, of course I didn't pinch you, and they're like, well, someone pinched me. And they'd lose all of their friendships because they'd just keep accusing people of pinching them. But if he's still alive in your stomach, what would you do? Would you puke him out or let him in your stomach? Well, I'd prefer not to vomit if I had the opportunity. How would they come out? Well, if you're not vomiting, they're gonna come out the other way. That's just science. So, I prefer not to make myself vomit, honestly. And I think, the good old shrunken person who I've accidentally swallowed can exit of his own accord. I chew first. Bill, that may fix things, honestly. Chew and then you don't have to worry, because, you know, they're not going to be worried that they're stuck in there. I mean, what would remain of him? Who knows? Depends. See, it's really interesting that stomach acid is so, like, corrosive, but our insides can handle it. But, like, if I poured stomach acid all over my arms, would it make a big difference? Would it hurt me? Nurses in the chat. If I poured stomach acid on myself, would it hurt me? Very important question, because it's fine on the inside, but is it fine on the outside? A combo of invisibility and intangibility would have limitless possibilities. If you're intangible, can you manipulate tangible objects, though? So, is it completely useless, or is it very OP? I don't know, Carletto. I honestly don't know. It's because this is not like a genuine thing I've had to consider. It's not like a situation that I've pondered greatly in my time. Cells that line your stomach replicate themselves faster than they can be destroyed by the hydrochloric acid your stomach makes. Ooh. Did you guys know I once stuck my hand in a beaker of hydrochloric acid? It was a science class in school, and we were making silly putty. And the silly putty, for some reason, had acid hanging about. And we had it on like forceps, dipping it in the acid, and we dropped it in the acid, and my first thought was like, ooh, let's grab that. Nothing happened to me. I was fine. But thank goodness they don't give you stronger stuff in schools, because surprisingly no, only if you literally soak yourself in it. Like when you vomit, you don't burn the inside of your mouth. Yes, Carlotto, yes. That is my answer. I would. I wasn't exactly thinking of using vomit as a weapon. I was just wondering if I poured it on myself, would I dissolve? Humans are quite resistant to hydrochloric acid since it's naturally occurring to us. I am acid resistant. That is flipping hectic, guys. Alright. Does anyone have any absolute dilemmas for me? Tell me your problems, and I'll probably give you more. Or answers. I'll give you one of the above. More problems, or more answers. Is this inside out? No. Or I could just sit here until someone says something. Or I could say something, you know. That being my job or whatnot. Hello! Oh goodness. You're... deleterious. You're deleterious? Sorry, it took so long. Hello. Thank you. It's okay. I tried my best. Call me Brock. Okay, hello Brock. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Do you have any problems you need me to solve? Because I am here today. I am here for you guys to give you questionable advice. You know, some of it may be okay. Most of it's going to be questionable at best. But that's the way we like it. Hello, Hoff Silence? Gorgeous, thank you very much. You have a problem? I am in love. Solve the problem of world hunger. Cannibalism. Now hear me out. What is the only thing we have like an unlimited supply of? I'm gonna get kicked from Twitch for that. This is a joke. Twitch, for legal reasons, this is a joke. You know, disclaimer, don't eat people. But, I mean, And you are the only one that can fix the issue. I've never believed in love at first sight until now. I am absolutely swooning. Thank you very much. Well, if you're calling him Brock, call me Bren. Hello, Brock and Bren. As a dentist... Wait, a dentist can usually tell if someone is bulimic because their back teeth have got corroded by their stomach acid over time. Grot. I don't like vomiting. And this goes back to what Carlotta, I think, I'm very bad at reading usernames. I try my best, but I'm seriously hopeless at reading usernames, was talking about swallowing a tiny little person. Like, oh, good night. Yeah. Middle brother has said good night.
I said yep.
You said, well, I gathered that you meant good night.
Yeah, yep. Too tired to say it, actually say it.
Well,
No.
good night. Thank you. Thank you very much. I should do the whole stream like, good evening everyone. I don't know why that's my angel voice. Oh, good evening. That's so absolutely terrible. Super nice voice, thank you. I myself sometimes find it grating because, oh yeah, g'day mate and all that, but thank you very much. Is Hannibal Lecter a vegan since he doesn't eat animals? Actually, okay, I'm not going to go on about cannibals for ages, but here is the argument I have heard for cannibalism being vegan. Since veganism is apparently about consent, animals can't consent, therefore that's why you shouldn't eat their products or whatever. People can consent. So if someone says, yes, I would like you to eat me right now, it's vegan, they gave their consent. As a vegan, you'd be allowed to eat them, I think. I don't know. Don't ask an actual vegan. They would not appreciate it. Is that... Okay, it's not a Little Big Planet guy. This is from Little Nightmares 2. He's like a little paper bag head. He's got a little trench coat. This is mono. Not the kissing disease. But it could. No. I loved playing Little Big Planet as a kid. I'd play it all the time with my brother. Brotees, as you guys might know him. He's 19 now. And we would always play it, and honestly, I was so bad at games back then. He would absolutely carry me. But we still had fun playing together. I think the favourite one we did, like, we'd go through the levels, but the favourite level to do together that we'd always come back to was the skateboard level, where they had a giant ramp, and you guys would just have to hold on to the skateboard as you went down the ramp. We loved that one. And, like, we just kept doing the skateboard level over and over again, and we'd be like, skateboard level? That kiss was too much, I'm sorry. I know. It was a bit spicy content for this, honestly. By the way, I didn't see in the announcement channel on Discord. Hold up. Let me check my Discord. Is something broken? Spicy in a good way. Alright, I am checking me Discord because something is apparently off. Discord just takes 5 years to load, honestly. What? My bot is broken? Ugh. Thank you for telling me. Right. Why does it have to break? That's so bothersome. Welcome, homie lover, to the Discord. Love that for you. Hold up. Alright. Leaving Discord now. I have... Oh! Off Silence, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you for... We can see your bong hook. I don't have a bong. The flip are you talking about? I joined. Ah! Thank you very much. Yeah, I didn't see the announcement in Discord. Yeah, okay. Never wanted to be a mirror. So my mirror is filthy. It's always flipping filthy, and I don't know why, because I don't touch it. I don't flipping touch it, and it always gets... Wait, can we see? Okay, I don't have one of those. I thought you said you can, and I was like, what the flip in here looks like that? Whatever is in front of your circle mirror. Oh, this is a plant waterer, okay? So, I haven't watered him today, so he probably needs a water. This is my Venus flytrap, and this is my plant waterer for my Venus flytrap. And so I go, wait. It's getting empty. And now my plant is watered. Yay! I'll have you know, I have not killed my Venus flytrap yet, and I am so proud of myself, because honestly, I thought it would be dead by now. But I'm very happy that it's not. Although it says it's really hard to take care of in winter, and my goodness it is, because it's looking like, okay. Look at that, okay? It's looking like a little shrivelly, but it's still green, it's still there. It's sprouting some new leaves, so I think we're okay for now, but it is looking a little sad. Put it back now, please. Somebody replaced it when you were sleeping, just like a goldfish. Maybe you should clean it. What, the mirror? How are the cacti? Do you have to feed Venus flytraps, or do they just act like normal plants? You do have to feed them. Okay, so on the little... I took a picture of the card. I'm taking good care of it. So on the care card, it said feed it once a month. And I just fed it a spider a little bit ago. What's behind the dresser? Green and purple? Is that an outfit or something? No, that is, fabric. It's like sewing fabric. Because there's like a little space there. And I just shove all of my like big fabric rolls. So if there is a roll of fabric, that is where it lives. But yes, hello Dove, how's it going? All the cacti are going great, all 4 of them, but there's too many to pick up, honestly, so they can stay over there. Does it digest it fast? Because I'd expect it to take it does take absolutely ages. Like, I don't know, I fed it a spider and it took like a week. Hold up. Why is Matisse sitting? Sorry. Let me get in power stance. I actually did power stance today at uni. I was doing an assignment and I was thinking really hard because I had to come up with a theoretical research topic and it was just not coming. And so I was like, you know what I need? Mantis power stance. So I like got up on my chair, was staring at my laptop screen like this, and I did get a few funny looks, and one of my friends was like, what are you doing? And I looked at them and I was like, power stance. I mean, some of you are brand new, so you don't know what this is, but if anything gets intense, we do the power stance, because this brings joy. and this makes me good, okay? I get better at games when I'm in power stance. Got a big place here in Canada, power stance got me. How are you doing anyway? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing much better than I was before. As you guys may or may not know, I was kind of sick on the weekend because I definitely caught something. We went out celebrating after my graduation. We went to the strike and we did pool, then we did bowling, and then we did karaoke, and then we went to a park. It was a lot of fun. But somewhere along that, I caught some kind of stomach bug. It wasn't COVID. I took rat tests. You wanna see? They're all flipping negative. So I have a little collection of rat tests now. But yeah, so I had a temperature. I was a little sick, but it was just like one day. But one of my other friends who went also was quite sick, so it wasn't. Did you catch Ligma? Only I'm allowed to make Ligma jokes around here. First time chat. Finesse. Sorry to hear you got diarrhea. Hopefully you get better. I mean, that wasn't one of the symptoms. But I am lactose intolerant, so, you know. It ain't alien. Did you get any of your comp files or folders back from a long time ago? Yes, my computer is fixed, but everything did have to get wiped, so I don't have anything saved. So all of my streaming software, okay, I need to get onto it, I know, but I stream on my phone most of the time anyway, so I'm taking my sweet time because I have a lot of uni work to get done. But no, everything got wiped. I was a little upset, but thank goodness for Steam backups, because like I had just started playing The Witcher Wild Hunt, and I was in it enough that I would be mad if I had to restart, but like I wasn't super far into the game, so I was like, oh, it's not the end of the world if I have to restart, but I really don't want to. And I re-downloaded it and everything was fine. I was still back where I was. And also, like, I haven't quite finished Resident Evil 7 yet because I have to wait for my little brother to watch me. He's 13 and he likes watching me play games. And he's been also very busy, so as soon as he's not busy, I can actually finally finish that game. And I was devastated when I found out everything had to get wiped, and I was like, I have poured hours into that game, but it should be okay. I'll make you a drink with a laxative in it. You know, I've actually done that. It was like last year. I don't know exactly when. It may not have been last year. It may have, I have no idea actually. But I did once play, hey Blaster Dark! I did once play Never Have I Ever, but instead of alcohol, I used laxatives. Well, natural laxatives, like prune garbage. And it messed me up real good. It was a funny stream though, and it is my most popular VOD on YouTube. And I found out why, because it's saved in all of these, like, questionable, like, YouTube playlists, but you know, what can you do? I was playing some Rocket League when I saw the message. Yes, my bot is broken. Me6, letting me down, yet again. And that's the only streaming bot that I know of, so I'm gonna have to either research or fix it. I don't know. But yes, I think Choo Choo told me that my bot was broken. Like, yeah, there's no message on Discord. Which is where most of you come from anyway, and I was like, why are there like 7 people here? This is embarrassing for me. I must be really boring today, which, you know, to be fair, I'm really boring all of the time. But like, especially really boring today. But no, I'll help fix it. I think I've just got to go onto it and check what's going on, Maybe they've like premiumed that, and I'm not paying for premium, so I'm just gonna find like a cheap one. You got the message? Yeah, I sent it out myself. Could lactose intolerant people use lactose as a cure for constipation? Have done, would do again. Yes. Boring, a beauty like you? Boring don't matter. Well, thank you very much. Use Nightbot, it's free. I like Nightbot. I do have Nightbot for a bunch of commands and stuff. But I don't know how to make it announce things like when I go live. That's the... Cause that's the best thing. That's like the main thing, and I'm pretty sure the only thing I use Me6 for is maybe doing birthday messages and just code it myself. Bruh, I don't think I write bots for myself. That is so cool. I am well too stupid to do that. I wish I could do that, but I just can't. Half the stuff I'm like, ugh. Like, I made myself a subreddit, and I was so proud of myself, okay? Because as we know, don't say that please, you're not stupid. I'm just inept at some things. I love Reddit very much. Deep in my heart, I love Reddit. I like listening to Reddit readings when I go to bed. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make myself subreddit. And it took me so long. There were many Google things like, how do I change active member name? Everything was just Google because I was like, heh. But we're like halfway to it being complete. It's up, but I haven't done rules or anything. We all love Reddit. I know. If we're on Twitch, we probably love Reddit. It's just kind of a... Okay, tell me what bot you need. It's pretty much just like, yeah, only like, oi, this channel is live. I have one that posts when I go on, when I tweet, it posts, and then I have a different one which sends a message when I post on YouTube. And like, yeah, there's just this person is, I should get an Instagram one. That would be like, too many, but maybe not. Hey, tongue punching, how's it going? Welcome. Sorry, I was rambling there, but how are you? Looking beautiful as always. I hope the night's been good so far. It has been good. You cannot post a link in chat, because sus people, but you can post links in Discord. And that's how it happens. No rules on Reddit? Riot. I dare you. Go riot on my subreddit. You wouldn't. $5. But yes. I got new slippers. They're very cool. That's like the only massive news I have right now. So I'm looking at buying a new lizard. Ooh, what kind? That is very exciting. I'm not looking at buying much at all, but yeah. Ooh, that's very cool, thank you. Hello, Once Upon a Mom. Hi and bye, how are you going? And thank you for your message. Once Upon a Mom, before you go, if you can actually hear me and if you're actually listening, do you have any pieces of advice you need? Because as we know, I am incredibly wise and I will give you good advice. Eastern water dragon, but I'm looking at tossing in a few turtles and fish in the enclosure. Cool! I've been seeing so many tortoise videos currently on YouTube. I have been watching a lot of YouTube shorts, and I don't know if you guys have, so please let me know if I'm alone or if I have some friends in this. But recently, I've been seeing this guy who has a tortoise, I think his name is Ike, and he feeds his little cactus pads. And then he's like, come here, Ike, time to have fun with the other tortoises. And it's like a giant tortoise, right? And then the tortoise, like, you know, does the mating things, and it just goes, wow, wow, wow. And I don't know when tortoise mating became what YouTube recommended to me, but somehow I've gotten there. And, like, there are so many videos of this tortoise just going at it. I'm so confused as to what. How can I be a better mother? What a loaded question. You cannot. YouTube Shorts for when I'm on YouTube and can't be bothered to switch to TikTok. It's like, oh, I only ever kind of get into YouTube Shorts when I'm watching a video and I see them recommended underneath, and it'll be something like, oh, it's only gonna be like 15 seconds. I'll just click in the middle of this video. So in the middle of a video, I'll be like, oh, I want to see that, and I'll click on it. And then I'll forget that I'm watching a video and scroll down, and then like half an hour later, I'll be like, oh, I was watching a video. It's such a problem. I try and ignore them now because I'm like, nope. Nope. We're watching a video. Speaking of watching things, okay, this is not going to be interesting to you guys, but I've been watching Bridgerton at the moment, and I'm loving it. I'm living my best life. You guys probably haven't seen it, because honestly, probably not in your demographic. Hey, official indoor smokers, how are you going? Welcome. People are sending messages on Facebook, I'm like, reading them on my phone. The people in this chat, you were so rude. It's been a while since we've had interesting characters on stream. On Boomer Book, people use that. People, okay. I think people mostly use Facebook for events, like to invite people to events, and then to message. Like Facebook Messenger is still popping off. I think I might need more mods soon, honestly, because Blaster Dark is like my current only mod that hangs around most of the time. I used to have like at least 3 every stream, but you know, people get busy, people have things to do, so I feel like I might need to recruit like maybe like 1 more. I don't know. Hold up. It has been like a full year since I last put out like be a mod form. Oh. I'm usually here, but I'm talking to your father tonight. That's fine. It is very important to talk to father. I have no life? No, you have a life. It is fine. I hope that I'm interesting enough to hang around and for it to be sort of worth it. I don't know. I'm normally modding for like 6 odd people at once. That must be stressful. How do you manage? Like, surely you don't have the sound on for all of them. If you had the sound on, it would be like... I would be so overwhelmed. Too many things going on. Like, I know, but the weirdos apply. That's why we vet them. That's why we put a form. It's okay, Blaster. Does anyone really have a life? Look. You might be saying like, oh, I have no life. I'm always here. I'm always here. What does that say about me? We're all always here. We have a life. Our life is here. Big screen helps with multiple screens. Yeah, it must. Okay, now I'm ignoring people. My friends can go away. I was just answering one message. Now, my attention is back to you. Hello. Okay. Oh, no. Derv. So done. Making us wake up for exams at 6 every day. Auntie Jeff, thank you so much for 4 bits. Everyone make sure to wish Auntie Jeff get well soon because she has COVID and she is sick. Oh, goodness gracious. I need to come up with a better system for that. He's breaking things again. Look, I feel like breaking things is a staple of the stream at this point. Is it a stream if I haven't broken something accidentally? No, it is not. No, it is not. But 6 a.m. for exams every day, that is awful. You should completely just change your sleep schedule, maybe. Maybe, like, shift it. So... In the holidays, I had a 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. sleep schedule. And I slowly worked on it and shifted it this way. So now we have 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. which works just fine. Maybe go to sleep like a couple hours earlier and then magic. I don't know. Probably not gonna work though. That's still horrific. You should maybe, I don't know, put birdseed on the top of their cars so it's just covered and they gotta get their car washed. And birdseed is probably not that expensive. Okay, let me look at it. Oh, I don't want to get ads forever about, but I'll probably will. How much is birdseed? If I start getting birdseed ads, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay. A small bag of birdseed, $5. Not that expensive. And, you know, just buy the cheapest bag of birdseed you can find, scatter it on the car, and then boom! All of your problems aren't solved, but you do feel a little better about them. Birdseed rolled in peanut butter? Okay, suggesting a poll. Alright, I'm putting up a poll, suggested by Derv. I'm guessing that who you got means like who would win. What on earth? New poll, right. The poll is up. You best pick me, obviously. Where would you hit if you had a physical fight with a man? I'm incredibly weak. As you can see. So I would probably go for the obvious place. Them gonads. And I would also just bite. Because if I can't physically overpower you, I will mentally overpower you with my teeth. Teeth and nails. That's what I have. Those are my defenses. So go for the eyes and anywhere with the teeth. Just... what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Hopefully my teeth would not fall out. The bird seed would stick to the car and the birds wouldn't move away. Interesting. This poll, upsetting results, honestly. What can you do? Is the OBS streaming thing fixed? Currently, no. So I still need to do all of my inputs and things. So no, it ain't fixed. But I really want to try again because when I first started streaming on my phone, I used the Streamlabs app, which let like notifications pop up on screen. It was very cool, but it suddenly just stopped working whatsoever unless I was like away from my suburb. So I'd have to be in a place with really good reception. Otherwise it just wouldn't work at all. So I want to try that again. Like, fingers crossed that it works again, because that would be absolutely wonderful if I could have pop-ups on screen again. But we shall see, because it has not worked in a while. It used to work just fine until it decided, you know what? You do not deserve good internet or good platform. Advice time. How could you make a ghost pepper candy hotter and still be able to eat it? I would put hot sauce on the ghost pepper candy and still be able to eat it. Technically, anything is edible if you try hard enough. Like, I won't do it because Twitch would ban me, but this marker? Edible. You've seen people on shows like My Strange Addiction, right? They eat everything. Nothing you can imagine is too hard to eat. Okay, you might be thinking, ooh, metal, you couldn't eat that, that's too hard. No, you could shave down metal and eat it, alright? You think rocks. Surely you couldn't eat a rock. Yes, you can. People have eaten rocks. There is nothing you can't eat if you put your mind to it. I mean, things might kill you, obviously. But there's your motivation for the day. If you can dream it, you can eat it. So how do you think they extract the heat and put it into the candy? I think it is, like... Oh, I don't know how to say it, because I don't honestly remember what it's called, but it's like... It's not capsicum, but it's like... Capsin extract. And they just, like, drip it in things, like hot sauces and whatnot. So, I don't know. Let me see. I can't, actually. My drawer's incredibly messy and it's stuck. I've never had a ghost pepper candy. Would recommend. It has all the heat of the ghost pepper and the flavour of it with a mild overtone of cherry. Come on, advise us on how they make it. This is a weird thing to try and advise. I'm giving you genuine answers here. I'm only kind of good at giving bad life advice. How they make candies, not a clue. Oh. God, I love some water. My laptop is running out of batteries. Oh, the magic of electricity. Oh. The halo is a lie? You're a lie. I'm incredible. I told a really good joke recently, I just can't remember it. It was like on the tip of my tongue just then, that's why I mentioned it. It's a donut. It's not a donut, it's a halo. For being very good. Okay, this is maybe a terrible opinion, but I think donuts are incredibly overrated. Not always. Now hush before you start crying. Okay. Krispy Kremes, excellent. Alright, Krispy Kremes are great. I will not deny Krispy Kremes being impeccable. But, I don't know if you guys, I don't know, like, your equivalent in other countries. But, like, Donut King? Not that good, okay? Ever since I was a kid, I've always thought that Donut King donuts, like, burn the back of your throat just a little bit. They're just like... Even... Crudo, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Let me know if you like donuts. Even donuts from, like, Woolies, Coles, whatever. Like, grocery store donuts. They burn a little bit. Just. So... Homemade donuts, they're okay, but again, effort. So, Krispy Kreme is like the only donut that's truly worth it. Donut holes a bit? Okay. Yeah, I have had some, what was it? It was like, I don't know I don't know why I'm thinking it's called Workin' Gherkin. It's Wetzel's Pretzels. I had some at a place called Wetzel's Pretzels. They were pumpkin spice. And I thought it was going to be disgusting. So we were at Wetzel's Pretzels in downtown Disney. This is my mum and I. And we were walking up to the pretzel shop because I had made a list of all the food places I wanted to go to. And Wetzel's Pretzels was on the list. I don't remember why. I think it was just on like top 10 places you have to try at Disney. And I was like, okay, Wetzel's Pretzels is on my list, can we please go there? And there was a person out the front, and they were like, hi there, can I interest you in a pumpkin spice donut hole? And we were both like, pumpkin on a donut sounds flipping rank. So we were like, I don't know about that. And she was like, no, they're really good. And we were like, okay, is it made with pumpkin? And she's like, no, it's just like the spices they put on pumpkin pie. And we're like, oh. Because, you know, we don't have pumpkin spice in Australia. It's not a thing. And, so we tried one and our lives were changed. Oh, pumpkin spice is so good. I get why Americans are obsessed with it. And so we went into Wetzel's Pretzels and we were like, we would like the pumpkin spice donut holes, please. We got a whole bag of them and ate them and it was so good. Can you get the big pretzels at Towers? I have no idea. There was a pretzels place that I used to know of. Actually, multiple pretzel places I used to know of in all different spots, but they all eventually closed down. I have no idea. If there is a pretzels place somewhere, let me know, because oversized pretzels, so good, so good. I like the ham and cheese pretzels. Those are the best. Why is my laptop dead? Excuse me. It's broken. Hold up. This is Chrome right now. Just gonna shut it down and reopen it and hope for the best. Hello, Nishi Fishy. Nice wallpaper image, thank you. Got a little bit of Legend of Zelda going on. Also, if you... Goodness gracious. I can't afford to break more things on this stream. Oh, help us. I have little mushrooms here. Very sad because the Mario stream, something scratched my laptop. And so my sticker got sliced in half. Very upset about that. But I also have little Korok stickers. So we have a little bit of a theme going on. Restore, yes. Okay, it's working again. Hopefully nothing is broken now. Wilson, hello! Welcome back, how are you? About to KO your laptop there. I'm having issues. Again, not the laptop. I'm trying my best, but sometimes my best is not the best. Congrats on the graduation. Thank you. It's so long coming. It's been like 18 months that I've waited to graduate from this. So, like, you know, I've been a post-grad doing my master's for ages, but I only just graduated. I actually still have, like, it's my level of dedication that I still haven't put it away yet. We got, I like cover my last name for like privacy reasons, but look at that. Look at that. It was, let me tell you about the experience, honestly. Hold up. Ugh. Here's me hat. They were like, now this is gonna be a little tight, and they were right, okay? So we walked in, and we got like actually robed by people. So, we like had people constantly adjusting our robes. And look, this doesn't move because it's not allowed to move. It's got to be perfectly in place the whole time. But yeah, we walked in, we got robed by people, we got fitted for hats, so they measured our heads and then rammed them onto our head. And then we just kind of hung around for a while, and when it was time to be seated, we entered into the room. And honestly, it was like the most ridiculous thing I have ever done. I'm sorry. Very cool that I was graduating and all, but I did giggle. Because they have this thing called the academic procession, right? Where they have all the people sitting at the front walk in, all like, look at us, aren't we smart in our robes that we earned years ago? And one of them, not even kidding, looked like a bumblebee. They had a yellow robe with like black stripes on the side, and I don't know what it means because I've never seen it before, but we had like one that looked like a bumblebee, a bunch of PhDs, and then we had the one at the front, the person like who had to certify that we all met the requirements. She was walking with this big scepter looking thing, and she led the procession in with a scepter, like And it was so hilarious and pretentious. But it was a great time, honestly. It was a lot of fun getting stuff done, but yes. And we got to keep these, which is fancy. It's pretty solid. Like, it is not flimsy. I'm quite impressed by that. But, yeah. It was very funny. And it's so gosh darn expensive. Like, it's $250 just to graduate, right? But then all of the extras, like, everyone had to pose for a photo. We had to walk and, like, fist bump the woman, stand for a photo, then walk off the stage. Everyone had to stand for a photo. And if you wanted that photo, the uni was charging you, like, $80. They were like, you want the photo? $80, pay up. I just paid you thousands of dollars for the degree. I paid you $250 to graduate, and now you want me to pay an extra $80 for a single photo? I think not. I think not. Yeah, got to keep, yeah, we got to keep ours. I have my robe. Hold up. She's right here. This is my robe with my hood thing, which we were not allowed to wear as a hood, which is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, so we got to keep our robes and everything. And I just shoved it in my wardrobe, and I'll probably have to wear it to some, like, alumni thing eventually, but... Ugh. Cannabis. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word on Twitch, but anyway. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. How are you? Thank you for following. That was the bit I forgot to say. I was like, what? I'm missing something. That was the bit. Thank you for following. That's where your $200 went. Yeah, look, I know it was because we were going to keep it, but we didn't have the choice, right? We just, like... We had to. It was compulsory. It's like a little stupid name tag that I got. I have this name tag which has, like, my name on it for when I have to go out on placements. But, because I've been doing placements in schools, they don't want you knowing, like, people, like, the kids knowing your first name or even your full name because they'll find you on social media. So, like, you don't actually have to wear it, but it's $20 for a name tag. Oh! Heck uni. Yeah, that's right. At least your hood is an okay colour. Mine was a disgusting weird fuchsia pink. Fancy. That is fancy indeed, no. Gold was pretty cool, honestly. I was not mad, because I was actually not sure which colour I was gonna get. I didn't know, because it was like Faculty of Arts, and I didn't know what the arts colour for graduation was. But gold, I'm not mad about it. All this sounds like a scam the more I hear it. Honestly, the academic procession, those people with scepters walking up the middle of the aisle were just laughing themselves silly, like, haha, we have your money. Okay, my only big thing was, okay, they had so many people fixing your robe, like, adjusting, fixing it up. You at the back of the stage, just before you walk on, you have to walk through 4 people that each make sure everything is perfect. But the robe itself, wrinkly as heck. If you're gonna spend all that time adjusting, it's not that hard to just steam it. It takes like 5 seconds. Just steam it, and then no wrinkles. No kidding, it felt like a cult meeting. A little bit. Tried not to cry while I sneakily watched yours. Super proud. Thank you. I was proud of myself, not gonna lie. I almost didn't do it because, again, COVID, I couldn't graduate on time. And I was like, screw it. maybe I should just get my things sent to me in the post. But I'm kind of glad I did graduate. It was kind of cute, honestly. Look, it's cultish. But this cult is much better for you, okay? It is... Joining this cult is a wonderful experience. Promise. Follow if you would like to be in a cult that is not suspicious in any way whatsoever. I feel like it's more for the family, at least that's how I felt. I think it's a bit for you, because it felt kind of good to be like, look what I achieved. But it was definitely for both, because I know in my ceremony, they were like, now clap your family who helped you along. Oh, the hood was held in by safety pins. That's why it's still on there. Because we got pinned into our hoods and they were like, come back afterwards, we're gonna have to undress you. But I managed to just slip my way out. But yeah, it is fully safety pinned in place. Oh, by the way, you should try making the big pretzels yourself on stream and find a recipe and stuff. That's a good idea. Ooh, I will write that down. Undress you, that sounds a bit sus. I know. Uni's taking my money and they're trying to undress me? Uni, get it together. Pretzel stream? Question mark? Excellent. So this is still my hello paper from my Kahoot stream. It's because I'm also using it for another note of organizing my wardrobe, which is very important. At least, Uni, at least take me on a date first. I know. All schmoozing and no schmooze. There would have been a joke if I was clever enough to make one. How did you make it? Sorry. I threw him on the floor. You needed to do a grad TikTok for uni? I did do a grad TikTok. For fun. I did. It was on my TikTok. I botched the I did botch it. Sometimes my jokes land and sometimes they don't. That's the key in life. Now, this is not bad advice. This is good advice, guys. Never be discouraged when your joke falls flat. You're just testing the waters. It's like stand-up comedy people when they do a bunch of small shows before a big show where they like test their set, see how the best way to say something is, what gets the most laughs. It's like in any group of people, there's going to be a different sense of humor. So I always tell a bunch of different jokes and gauge where their level of humor is at. And I know coming into it that a bunch of what I say is going to fall flat. Some of it might shock people. But once you gauge your audience, then you can actually be funny. You just got to be like, okay, I'm not going to let it get to me when I tell a really bad joke and nobody laughs. It happens. And it makes you better when it does. But yeah, I do botch a lot of jokes. That's life. It's also, I've been talking for hours and that's what happens when you talk for ages, you lose your marbles. Every single one of them. All 6. Oh. I have a really bad headache recently. I did get a bunch of new clothes. Okay, they're right here on the floor. Pretending that my floor is clean currently. Check this out. New jumper. Wowee. Very cute. New jumper number 2. Wowee. Okay, and I'm quite excited about this one. You might be saying, Matisse, you're wearing a pink shirt. Why would you buy another pink shirt? That's so embarrassing for you. Well, maybe. But this pink shirt is slightly different, okay? This pink shirt has a love heart ring in it, okay? So it's like a little cutout. It's basically, imagine this shirt that I'm currently wearing, but instead, it's got a love heart, which is very cute. Even though pink doesn't... Shut up! I don't need that negativity in my life. My golly gosh, that green dress from Grad, love it. It's actually, it's not a pantsuit, it's a jumpsuit. It's got legs, but it's really nice, it's really great. It's got like, it's one-shouldered, so it involves a lot of tape, but I love it very much. Sega Man, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Yo Matisse, didn't know you were on here. Wait, you know me? Am I scared? First time chat. Oh goodness. I was at some shop, I forgot which one, and they had a TV and it was showing Everyone Loves Raymond on it. I don't know if you know that show. Oh, okay. I've never seen that show, but I remember seeing ads for it. I think it was when I would like watch like I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched as a kid. I would always see ads for like Everybody Loves Raymond, but I've never seen it. I do know he's some like fattish lad. Yeah, we met at Rogers 21st. Is this a dirty joke? I don't know any Rogers. So this is not someone that knows me. This is just a dirty joke, isn't it? Like, oh, Roger me now or something. I don't know. Do you know Wubba Lubba Dub Dub? I never watched Rick and Morty just because the fans were so annoying. I cannot bring myself to do it. Ah, goodness gracious me. Absolutely not. But anyway, I also got this pink skirt. And this pink jacket. Alright. And you guessed it. This pink bow, which I need to steam because it's heinously wrinkly, but like, it's gonna be so cute. And that's it. There you go. There's my haul, which no one asked for, nor do they probably care about. Oh, sorry, must have been the wrong person. You looked familiar. Yes, I know zero Rogers. Water break. Thank you so much for suggesting water break. I shall take that, although it is empty. So I am gonna need to fill this up. She has one of those faces, it's really pretty. Yeah, and one of those minds that knows Candace and Rogers and Ligmas, Sigmas, Sugmas, Dugmas. Okay. She got so tainted by Twitch. It's just, it's not that I've become tainted, it's just that I've been got so many times that I can't let it happen anymore. Because honestly, it's a bit embarrassing how many times I've been fooled. I got fooled by Candace twice. 2 streams in a row. Oh, do you know Candace? sometimes thinking is not the strong point on stream, you know? Sometimes you've just got to be like, we need a Twitch fails clip. I think I made a 2021. I don't think I made a 2021 best of. Maybe I should get on that. '21 Twitch clip comp. It's probably way too late, but whatever. I'll make a compilation. Send your best clips to me. Look, okay. Goodness gracious. Maybe we start getting ready for bed. And I won't turn this off. I'll just keep going. Where is my hair elastic? Alright. This is not the hair elastic I wanted, but this is the hair elastic we're getting. I swear I literally just come back to bully stream and then disappear again. Everyone around here bullies me. It's just a thing. It's just, what can you do but bully me? And you know what? I signed up for this. I don't. Thank you. Okay. I don't always. It's an important distinction there. Wait. Boop. I look pretty snazzy with a bow tie. Are you swooning? I'm not super sure when the Mario Kart 8 Switch sub thing is. I was thinking, interesting, is maybe, because the last Mario Kart I did, I projected it on the wall. I was like, maybe the Switch sub event, everyone, I'm gonna put my friend code tonight in the sub channel on Discord. Everyone friend me on Switch, and then we can play Mario Kart, okay? So, basically, if you want to be on stream and play Mario Kart with me, drop a sub. Oh, I need a mirror. This is how I stay fabulous. I smear things on my face and hope for the best. I wouldn't want to beat you as bad. I'm actually really good. Maybe you didn't see. Okay, you definitely wouldn't have. But I'm actually really bad unless it's 200cc frantic items. That's the only time I'm good because it's such chaos that I can kind of thrive. If it's any normal variation of Mario Kart, I absolutely stink. But 200cc frantic items, everyone's dying. It's beautiful and it's the way it's meant to be. Also easy CPU so I can feel better about myself. Thriving chaos. That is the way to be. That is like... What is the word? What is the word? Pillar number 1 of the cult. Thriving chaos. It's very important. What's the sub-chat called again? I can't seem to find it. It's called Once Upon a Cult. It is, I think, in the Twitch subcategory, or it's in the subs subcategory of Discord. So we have the main section, and then you scroll down, and we have, like, the Twitch section, where the sub stuff is. And it's called Once Upon a Cult, I'm pretty sure. Alright, that confused me a bit, yeah. The sub-chat is called Once Upon a Cult. And subs get to play Mario Kart. I don't have the DLC myself, but I'll see if I convince Airy Bourbon, who I played with last time, to host the room, because he has the DLC, and then we get to play all the fancy levels. Thank you so much. He was cool. Yeah, he's one of my oldest uni friends. So, people at uni think I'm old. You guys won't think I'm old, so it's okay. But I started uni in 2018. And I met Airy Bourbon 2018, actually. And we became good friends 2019. And yeah, is like my most constant uni friend, I think. And so it's super fun that, like, years later, we still play Mario Kart sometimes. Wait, if you're old, what does that make me? Ancient? No, I'm like, when I introduce myself to people at uni, and they're like, oh, what are you? And I'm like, I'm 5th year. And they're like, ooh, goodness. Although, show us your nails, I will in a second, but I had someone recently, and they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm 2nd year masters. And they were like, oh, I thought you were in your 20s. I am! Thank you very much. I'm 22! So rude. Yes, I recently got my nails done. They are the colour that shall not be named, with a sparkly silver bit. These two are fake. The rest of them are real, but my thumbnails are fake because, as I said, I went bowling after my graduation and my nails were a little long. And my thumbnail, this one particularly, got ripped off by a bowling ball. And actually, I didn't know where to put it. There was no bin nearby. So it is somewhere in this handbag. I really hope I find it eventually, because I do not want some creepy thumbnail hanging about in my handbag forever. Wait, I see it! Oh, thank goodness! Okay, close your eyes if you don't want to see something disgusting. Here it is. Thank goodness I can throw this away. But yes, this was my original thumbnail that came off while I was bowling. I didn't save it. There was no bin nearby, so I'm like, I'll just put it here for now, and then I couldn't find it again. But now I found it, and now it can go away forever. No, please no. It was necessity, okay? It was not choice. Maybe use that thumb. I'm not using the thumbnail for a thumbnail on YouTube. I'm not, I promise. Although, I do want to see some, like, what would you guys like to see kind of ideas and stuff. Because I have a bunch, but, I mean, you want to see gross? I have pics of my sliced open leg from 2 months ago after my accident at work. Oh my goodness, that sounds awful. I hope that's healing up nicely. When you said nail, I thought you meant entire nail. No, just the top half, just like down to the skin bit. Everything else is a-okay. We're doing fine. Okay, I'm gonna get in my pajamas. I have one set of winter pajamas and one set only. It is these. They have polar bears on them, and they were $12 at Kmart like 5 years ago. All of my other ones are broken. So this is it. And they are matching, yes. We're going real snazzy to, like, matching pajamas. Nice big scarf from knee to ankle now. Wasn't so pretty when I did it though. Ooh, that sounds really awful. Okay. Give me like 3 seconds. definitely should have done the face mask second. Because now I have all this sticky stuff on my collar. It's fine. We're good. Let me see if I can just smooth it out a bit. We can pretend it never happened. We're good. It's fine. Okay. You want pajama fit? Okay, let me move that. Oh, wait. Get the cloud slippers into. Oh. Good evening, internet. Why is the color on your face? Because I couldn't be bothered to undo all the buttons, so it went over the top. Wow, that is a look. That is a look. Honestly, if you guys aren't looking like this at bedtime, what are you doing? This is the only way to look at bedtime. Can send a pic on Discord if you want. Only if you want. I'm not getting you to... Wait, you have no reason to complain. Self-inflicted. It may be self-inflicted, but it doesn't mean it's a nice thing. I was trying to get back to see you guys, okay? I threw on my pajamas so that I could get back and not leave you waiting. So, therefore, it is your fault. Nice pajama, thank you very much. You made that middle-aged housewife look. Oh. If I look this good as a middle-aged housewife, I will be happy, okay? Oh god, be very clear. I love this brand. I buy all of their things. I literally have like a face mask drawer. Okay, I'm not even kidding. Down here, this is like my makeup section, okay? And I have just, oh, I can't even pick it up, but handfuls of face masks. And I've got to shut it. Ugh. Really strong. My brother just sent me a message saying you're a glorified busker. It's a bit rude. What is that even supposed to mean? He says, I love you though. Not mean. Where is he? I'm nice. Is he watching this? I'm terrified. And weird on Red Bull. I'm not weird on Red Bull. I have drunken... I have drunk no energy drinks. Except for this morning. But that would have well and worn off. Why? My brother's just messaging me and you can't see this, but I can see this. Read it properly. Where is he? Okay, he's not outside of my room. He must be in his room. He must be watching this. Unit Gamma, hello, welcome, how are you going? I'm currently in my pajamas, I have a face mask on, and I'm being stalked by my brother. How is your day going? I'm so confused, perhaps, is the word I'm looking for? Alright, let me see. Let me see. Going alright, thanks. Just escaped from the lab for the rest of today. Ooh, yay. Congratulations on your escape. What do you do in the lab today? Unless it's confidential. And then, what lab? Wish I was in pajamas and a face mask right now. It's quite nice, actually. I was wearing clothes before. I mean, I'm still wearing clothes now, but you know, like, acceptable clothes. There was a time, okay, when I first started streaming, when I would do like a full face of makeup and never dare be seen in my pajamas. And now I'm like, good evening, how are you guys going? But I was nice and presentable before this. I'm giving a nice I don't always look like this. I haven't given up completely yet. Yes, people have been telling me the ring light looks like a halo. My chairs having issues today. I need to, but yeah. I've been sitting like this for some of the time because people are like, oh, the halo. Yes, the lab, yes. I mixed some stuff together, it went orange. Gonna leave it to react overnight, dealing with whatever it decides to do tomorrow. Ooh, interesting. I heard a fun fact recently that is actually, you guys would find it fun. Something about if you eat something, it turns your pee red or orange. But I don't remember what it was. But there is something out there that you eat. It's so useless now, I don't remember. Ugh. Now it's completely useless. But I tell you what today, guys. Okay. I went to the bar at uni after I'd done some lectures, and I got a lemon lime and bitters for $3.50, and it came in a cup like this big. You know, cups, these are usually like, and not even this size, sometimes half of this. When you get it at a restaurant or a cafe or anywhere, it's like $6, $7, sometimes $5 if you're lucky. But $3.50? I know we complained excessively about uni before, but they did one thing right, okay? They did one thing right. Well, speaking of uni, alas, I have to get up super early tomorrow to make sure I get in on time, but we shall be back on Wednesday. Yeah, checking my calendar in my brain. I have something on Thursday, so I will not be here on Thursday. Do not expect me on Thursday. I will be here on Wednesday. I call BS. Heck off! Super early. Okay, by super early, I mean I have to wake up at 8 a.m., okay? Which is early for me. Alright? I have to leave my house by 9 a.m., which is early. Again, shh, listen. For me! I'm up at 5. But you're used to that. Your body clock is adjusted, okay? There are some days, I'm on the uni student schedule, okay? There are some days where I will stay in bed till like a solid 10 a.m. And that's the way I like it. Otherwise? Shush. Oh goodness, I could raid Amaranth. Just kidding. I'd rather die. No one's really live right now that I know of. We'll just go classic, go easy. You did make a point about uni student schedules. Look, when you don't have anything you need to do, you don't need to do anything. Alright. We go to otters. I know, you're very surprised. You thought I was going to send you to ducks. We're not going to ducks today. I'm sending you to the sea otters. They look very lively right now. Have fun. And I will see you on Wednesday. I've missed the button, heck. There we go.